showtime. Woo, woo. Woo, 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 woo. Silent and profiling. Woo, woo, it's live and in color. Woo!
Welcome to the Mafia Sports Report. I am Tommy. Please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell because I always forget to tell you what is up, Bills Mafia. As you all probably already know, the Buffalo Bills have clinched a playoff spot today. Jacksonville lost to the Tennessee Titans 28-20. And man, I mean, it feels good to get in. What is that, 5 years in a row now? But our goal isn't quite finished. And that goal is tonight to beat the Miami Dolphins, to win our fourth consecutive AFC East title, to go into the playoffs as the number 2 seed. That is the goal. That's what should be on all of the Buffalo Bills players' minds. Get 2 home games guaranteed in the playoffs. That's what I'm talking about. That's what should be on their minds. But it does feel good knowing that we are in the playoffs no matter what. So, guys, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? You think the team's going to still play as hard as they should? Or do you think that them knowing they're in the playoffs will, have them not play as motivated as they were knowing that they had to win the game to get into the playoffs? Just curious what you guys think. What's up, Jason? Go Bills. Go Bills. Chris 716. Sorry if my voice is still a little hoarse, guys. I'm getting over being sick. Beth. Yeah, what's up, Beth? Juicy, go Bills. Yeah, it's just me, though. I'm the only one that does pregame. Mikey does not like to do pregame. Shout out to Steve. It's time to dine on Dolphins. Let's see here. Spears, Bills talks. Yes, thank the Titans, man. Callie Blitz, what is up, my man? Callie, I told you I'd be on pregame, man. We got to play hard to get some home games. Absolutely. And it's really, it's our crown, right? AFC East, that's our throne. That's our division. Let's continue to be kings of the East. Get that dub tonight. Go into the playoffs as the number 2 seed. That's what I want. I want to go into the playoffs on a 5-game winning streak and just, having that momentum, that mojo, that confidence that we can go all the way. Because I felt like we lost it, in the middle of the season there when things weren't going right. And I told you guys when there was 5 games remaining that I felt like we needed to win all 5 to get in. Luckily, we only had to win 4 to get in. But things had to go, a lot of things had to go our way. But I still want that 5 games winning streak into the playoffs. I think that would be the best thing, man, for this team. If you get the chance to play the Steelers, you play hard for that opportunity. I think we're going to wind up playing Houston. I believe. I could be wrong, but I think we would play the Texans at home, but I could be wrong. Yeah, he's too good. I know, he's too good. Mike, he's too good for the pregame. Leaves me out to dry. Damn it, Mikey. No, I'm just playing. Mikey's a great guy. We got to get that number 2 seed. Absolutely, man. I hope you humiliate the Finns in week 4. By the way, Dolphins. Now, I don't know if it has been announced yet, but earlier this morning there were sources saying that Waddle and Mostert were not going to play in this game. So those are 2 big losses for the Miami Dolphins tonight, guys. That those are big pieces of their offense not playing. So that's big time. By the way, guys, let's play this real quick. You know what? Why not? Why not? A little Bills media here.
Warning everybody in the American Football Conference. Do not let the Buffalo Bills into the playoffs.
We got a lot of guys that want to win. We got some dogs on this team as well.
Let's go!
Can you dig it? Come to bring me my money.
Gets away from the tackler, and Allen's gonna run it in with a finger roll. And look at this, the double clutch, the reach out.
Play a game.
The number one thing Coach McDermott preaches is playoff caliber.
This team has been under a large amount of pressure.
We always got, man.
This is playoffs for us.
Do not let the Buffalo Bills into the playoffs.
He's going all the way for the touchdown! 81 yards! Wow!
He's coming out firing, man. That's what we got to do every week. Every week.
Let's go!
Look out, everybody!
Love that.
Hey man, listen, this wasn't a pretty season, regular season that is. Things were not looking good. Once again, like I told you guys earlier, things were not looking good after that Denver loss. But I feel like that Denver loss, and I said it probably now a few times, was a blessing in disguise. We wound up firing Ken Dorsey, which needed to be done. If we win that game, I have a feeling that Ken Dorsey's still the OC. We wind up losing some more games following there because of Ken Dorsey's, non-ability to OC, not a very good OC, and we probably aren't in this situation. So, blessing in disguise, kind of like in 2021 when we lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I told you guys after that loss to Tampa Bay, there was a spark there in that game. And we wound up winning like 5 in a row after that game. So maybe that Denver game, like I said, was kind of a blessing in disguise. Everything kind of turned around for this team. Things got ugly in the media. I'm not going to lie. I was very concerned. But, sometimes things like that need to happen for things like this to happen, right? So here we are. We're in the playoffs, which, like I said, if after that Denver game, I said there was a very, very slim chance, and I was speaking honestly. I'm not one of those rah fans that everything's going to be all right, everything's great when it's not. I had to speak the truth, and at that time we were playing bad football. I still don't think we got our offense quite right, but it's definitely heading in a better direction. Let me get to some of your chats, man, because remember, I always get to your chats, or at least I try, regardless if they're a super chat or not. And Callie Blitz, I'll get to your super chat. I really appreciate it. Mike only responds super chats anyways. Yeah. Callie Blitz with the super chat. Hey, Callie, by the way, that's my buddy Jack, man. Great guy in California, man. Let's motherfucking go Buffalo. Damn real. Do I sound a little better? Yeah, I'm trying. Every day I feel a little bit, and if you notice, I'm a little bit more spunky, right? A little bit more up, a little bit more, amped up. I'm feeling a little bit better, right? As far as like everything, right? But my voice is still a little hoarse, but it's getting there. But thank you, Scott. I appreciate it. Steelers? Okay, so they're saying the Steelers. I thought it was Houston or the Texans or Steelers. Okay. From Matt Perino's Insiders. What happened here? Let's see here. Dolphins inactives. Okay. Jalen Waddle, Raheem Mostert, Xavier Howard, Ethan Boner, Kean Smith, and Tyler Kroft. Yeah, those are huge. Like I said, the Waddle and Mostert and Howard, my God. Like, those are big losses for that team, but especially on offense, right? Obviously, Xavier Howard is, one of the better corners in the league. That sucks, Man, I got to say, too, it's a long season, guys, 18 weeks. And I tell everybody this. It's not how you start. It's how you finish, right? And the Buffalo Bills tend to do this, right? We start off pretty good. We cool down, and then we usually finish strong. I don't know what it is about this team. We can't, just make it a nice, awesome year, right? But we usually do finish the season strong, at least in the regular season. And injuries happen, right? And for a lot of these teams, including the Dolphins, injuries are hitting them late. See, we already had our injuries, right? We're probably the healthiest we've been since the beginning of the season. Obviously, Matt Milano, he's out for the year, but we got guys back like Daquan Jones. We're getting other people healthy. Now, I am not super concerned, but I know Josh Allen, had that neck thing a little bit last week, that stinger, but he'll be all right. And I know also the finger, he hit it on a player's helmet, but nothing to be overly concerned about, guys. So, yes, smash that like. 5 likes, 28 watchers. Guys, shame on you. Listen, guys, honestly, though, help me with the, because it helps with the algorithm, right? YouTube algorithm, which I'm still learning. I don't know if I'll ever learn. I don't know if anyone will ever learn the YouTube algorithm, but I know liking does help. So if there's actually more in here. There's about 50 of you guys. So try to hit that like button for me. Just help me out with that. I would appreciate that. We need to double Tyreek. Let me tell you something. Yeah. We actually play Tyreek Hill very well in the regular season. I don't think he's topped 100 yards on us. So, I think that McDermott has a good scheme set up on how the Dolphins use Tyreek Hill, and we usually do a very good job defending Tyreek Hill. So I'm not overly concerned about Tyreek Hill, especially now that Waddle's out of the game. I mean, guys, honestly, if I'm the Buffalo Bills, I am doubling up Tyreek Hill, and I am forcing Tua to go in other directions and seeing if their other receivers step up. And who do they got? Barrios. If no Waddle's out there, man, that's going to be a tough game for them, man. We are in, Jason. So obviously Jacksonville lost today, 28-20. Thank you, Tennessee. With that loss, they got us and Pittsburgh in. So a big loss for the Jacksonville Jaguars. They could have won the division. No, Miles. So we're not, because if we win the game tonight, we win the division, and 2, if we win, we go in as the number 2 seed into the playoffs. And what that means is you get 2 home playoff games guaranteed. So it is a big deal if we win. So for sure, they're playing the starters, 100%. They definitely want to win the East, and they want to go in as the number 2 seed into the playoffs. No starters are sitting. Absolutely none. Matter of fact, guys, by the way, Leonard Fournette was called up. I don't know if you guys know this. He was called up to the 53. He is now officially on the 53-man roster. So, playoff Lenny will be playoff Lenny in the playoffs. Just a heads up on that. I have my eyes on those 3, Diggs, Cook, Kincaid. It's a big game. So adding Gabe. Yeah, Gabe usually steps up in these big games, man. So, we're going to need everybody to step up. All these receivers that have been in a funk need to step up. They need to figure it out, because going into the playoffs, we're going to need all of them, and they're going to have to be on their A game. That we cannot rely on just strictly James Cook and Josh Allen trying to lead the way and relying on our defense. The whole team's at 20-something points. It's going to be really, really tough in the playoffs. So these guys need to look in the mirror, and they need to do something. The problem with the offense is teams are putting their best corners on Davis and rolling the coverage with Diggs. That is a tough defense to beat. Like I said, once again, though, a couple things need to happen. One, our pass protection needs to be better, right? You got to give Allen, enough time to go through his reads. That's one. 2, these receivers need to get separation. That's a big problem. There's not a lot of separation going on. The only one I've seen lately getting separation is Khalil Shakir. And I really feel like Joe Brady needs to start dialing it up more for Khalil Shakir, getting him more involved in the offense. Also, if you notice, when Dawson Knox returned, we're still trying to force his 12 personnel, and it's just not working. We are an 11 personnel team. That's how we play. I think we play our best football that way, and I hope we go back to it. And I also like to see more up-tempo offense, which we kind of backed away from again. And also getting our running backs more involved in the passing game, James Cook in particular. So things like that will help out, the receiving. So go Bills. Damn right, go Bills. Just saying 6-9. Cook will be the key to dominate tonight. I think so. I think Cook will be definitely a key. I also think Fournette's going to play a role, believe it or not, tonight. I do. There's a reason why they called him up. There's a reason why he's on to 53 now. I think Murray's, you kind of tell his age is starting to creep up on him a little bit. His motor's starting to slow down. And I think you're going to see Fournette getting some good carries tonight as well. Be great to see Diggs and Allen can actually kick off in high gear. It would be. I don't understand what's going on there with Diggs and Allen, but I think they'll get it together. Murray inactive. Vaughn is active. Okay, so that makes sense. So did they just come out with the active inactive, Roy? Let me check, guys. Okay, let's see here. I apologize, guys. I'm looking real quick on the inactives and active. Okay, give me 1 second, guys. Let's see if there's any updates on that. If you guys got the update, let me know. Because I am looking right now. Give me 1 second, guys. All right, I don't see the inactive active yet. If you guys have it, go ahead and post it in the chat for me. Spin. Tommy says shame on everyone for not making super chats. Guys, Tommy is working with YouTube to make the chat super chat only. Stop being losers writing comments without it being a super chat. Absolutely not true what Spin is saying. Listen, Spin is being a smart ass, guys. I respond to all your chats for the most part. Don't listen to Spin. He's a smart ass, all right? But I love him. He's here almost every show, so that's definitely not true. I respond to the majority of you guys. Yes, we do, Beth. I'm going to instant customer. Yes, Scott. Please tell me Vaughn is not starting tonight. I haven't gotten the report yet of active and inactive. I'll be honest with you guys. I know it's probably unpopular opinion. I think Von Miller should start. And hear me out. Von Miller, no matter what, is going to be respected on the football field, right? Offensive line is going to respect him. Defensive coordinators are going to respect him, right? Offensive coordinators. Rather than Jonathan Kingsley, who, by the way, did not do much last week anyways. I'm telling you right now, having him out there just in general will cause the offense to have to do some work, to have to look his way, double up possibly. So even regardless if he doesn't do much in this game, it's going to help out the rest of the defensive line, in my opinion. I would have him out there. I mean, you guys can, like I said, I get what you're saying. He hasn't done much, but I'm not sitting my guy that I'm paying that much money and a guy that I know is capable of getting to the quarterback. He hasn't yet. He's still working through that ACL, right? Coming off of that ACL, but I trust him more than Kingsley. I'm sorry. I just do. So, but I get it. Everyone's going to have their opinion. Where's the like button on here? It's the thumbs up. The thumbs up. It's either up or down. Try to go for the up for me. Niners lose against. I know, man. What is going on there? But it's weak. I think they're also arresting their starters. By the way, he's playing third and long. Vaughn will play, as I mentioned a few minutes ago, the inactive. Okay, so inactives: Elam, which we know, Joseph Anderson, Jonathan Hamlin, and Murray. Thank you, Sophia. Need to bump Finn's wide receivers in the line, throw off Tudor's timing. Absolutely. You know who's going to come. You know we really need to come up big in this game is Ed Oliver and Daquan Jones. How you get to Tua is in the middle, right? The DTs. And I really believe the way Ed Oliver's been playing as of late, he's going to disrupt some Tua. He's going to get in his face. He may not get a lot of sacks, but he's definitely going to be disruptive in the backfield. So we definitely need to throw off his timing. We also need to play physical with the receivers at the line as well. No, you're good. Don't worry about it. Miami key inactives. Yep, we saw that. Howard, Moser, and Waddle. Those are huge, man. That's there. By the way, their offensive line also is banged up. Some guys are playing hurt, so they're just getting hurt at the wrong time. Injuries are piling up on them, at the wrong time. Two is fine, Yeah, Floyd, absolutely. Guys, let's get to three causes for concern. You guys know how I do, right? So we do the three causes for concern, and we do the three keys to victory. So let's go ahead and pull this up on the screen right now, right? All right, three causes for concern. Let's do it. All right, here we go. And you guys can put your cause for concern, and I'll put it on the I'll put it on here. All right, first up, by the way, shout out to Bills Wire for creating the article. Jalen covering Diggs. The Bills offense put on a clinic the last time these two AFC foes met. Quarterback Josh Allen had 320 passing yards and 4 touchdowns. 3 of those went to Stephon Diggs. He had 120 himself. But that Week 4 meeting did not include Ramsey. The Dolphins cornerback will be in the lineup this time around after missing the first one due to injury. He's been one of the NFL's best defensive backs for years. However, I will say this. The last time those two met was when Ramsey was playing for the Rams and Diggs absolutely dogged him. So I am not overly concerned on that matchup. I'll be dead honest with you guys. I'm just not concerned. I respect Ramsey, but I also respect the hell out of Stephon Diggs. The only thing I'll say, though, is because this Stephon Diggs is in this funk, it may seem like Ramsey did this hell of a job against Diggs if Diggs doesn't perform well tonight. And I don't know if that will be the case. It's just Diggs is in a funk. Let's hope he can break this funk tonight because we may need him. There goes Tommy using copyrighted material again for a show. That's right, man. Copyrighted material. By the way, Roy, it's not copyrighted because it's fair use. See, Roy, I study, my friend. So fair use. So if Bills Wires are watching this, by the way, I always shout out Bills Wire anyway, so they should love me for covering them. But it's fair use as long as you're speaking of it, not just showing their stuff. So no, fair use, baby, fair use. All right, next up. Let's get next up. Tyreek will likely be better. All right, what is unlikely to happen again? Tyreek Hill playing as poorly as he did in Week 4. The Bills' defense held him to 3 catches for 58 yards. He was only targeted 4 times. The Bills' defense in secondary has played well. Cornerback Rasul Douglas is fresh off being named AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Hill's still very dynamic, and the Dolphins might be without receiver Jalen Waddle, which they are. Hill is going to be a big part of their game plan, and that could be trouble for the Bills. Once again, I'll say it like I said it before. The Bills have done a very, very good job guarding Tyreek Hill since he's become a Miami Dolphin. I'm not overly concerned about Tyreek Hill in this game, especially now that Jalen Waddle is not in the game. And once again, too, their offensive line is banged up, and they weren't good anyways to begin with. Even when healthy, they were average at best. So, yeah, my ex was fair use too. Yeah. Well, that just sucks. One man key. I'm gonna get to the key to the game too, Jason. Timeouts and don't play them. Yeah, you know what my fucking key to the game is? Sean McDermott, and I haven't even gotten there yet. Don't be conservative and play to win. Right? Stop playing not to lose, man. All right, read it again, Tommy. I was running over by Harbor Freight at. Hey, man, listen. Those ads, man. Those ads, right? I'm doing you guys a favor, right? I mean, if you didn't see that Harbor Freight ad, you wouldn't know to go get some great tools from Harbor Freight, would you? So, come on now. Oh, my God. All right, playoff game on the road. The Bills have plenty of playoff experience over the recent years, and they've been in postseason mode over the past month. Buffalo has fared well, but whereas Sean McDermott teams have always struggled and seen their seasons come to an end on the road. While Miami isn't the most threatening home field advantage, it's still not Orchard Park. However, I heard there's going to be like 55% Bills Mafia. So when we're watching this game tonight, I am so curious to see how many blue jerseys are in Hard Rock Stadium tonight. And I want to hear, I'm very curious how the cheers and boos, come from that stadium. Good prices also. Yeah, that's true. That's true. See, Miles knows. Miles knows about Harbor Freight. John, key to the game is to not play a soft D. Yeah, don't play no fucking soft zone. I agree with that. All right, let's get to the keys of the game now, guys. Keys of the game. All right. You guys know how we do. All right, keys of the game. Here we go. All right. First up, first key to the game. Get Josh going. Look at Josh. Give me the damn ball. Let me throw the damn ball. By the way, do not throw a fucking wide receiver screen pass right out the gate. Please. I will. It fucking drives me insane. It doesn't work. Josh Allen, for whatever reason, is not very good at those wide receiver screen passes or running back screen passes. We are just not a good screen pass team. We were terrible at it. Stop doing it. It's a terrible play. Okay? Get it out of the playbook because it's awful. It doesn't work. All right. In the 48-20 win the Bills had over the Dolphins in week 4, Buffalo dominated in the air. Quarterback Josh Allen went for 21 for 25 for 320 with 4 touchdowns and no interceptions. This time around, the Dolphins do have cornerback Jalen Ramsey in their lineup. However, the likes of DB Xavier Howard won't play, and pass rushers Bradley Chubb and Phillips are out. Buffalo should figure out a way to take advantage of that. And they definitely will. I truly believe that they will. What is going on with that? Okay, sorry guys. But listen, man, Bradley Chubb, losing Bradley Chubb for the Dolphins, man, that's a backbreaker, man, for them. It really, really is. That guy was having a really good season. And our offensive line, let's be real, pass protection has been a problem. So no Phillips, no Chubb. That's going to help this team out a lot. That's going to give Allen more time in the pocket to go through his reads, and possibly have another big game against Miami. So, listen, injuries happen. I feel bad for the Dolphins, but nobody feels bad for us when we had our key injuries out, right? It's football. It sucks, but it is what it is. Miles Conner, screen passes hardly ever work. That's not true. So if done correctly, they're great. They're great to have, especially running back screens to the running backs. If they're set up properly, you can get chunk yards out of them. But if your offensive line doesn't do their job and your running back, doesn't follow his blocks, then yeah, it's a waste of a play. So, and we just have never done them well. We don't do them well, and we don't defend them well. So, if I'm an offense going against the Buffalo Bills, I'm running screen passes a lot during the game because we just cannot seem to stop screen passes for whatever reason. All right, Roy, Detroit, Cleveland, and Buffalo make the playoffs. It's the first time that all 3 Lake Erie teams made the playoffs in the same year. That's an obscure tidbit. Yes, I read that earlier. Crazy, man. By the way, Cleveland got spanked today, but they were using their backups. No, listen, it's football. I do feel bad for Chubb. Man, that's brutal, man. I don't like anybody getting hurt like that, but damn. The spin, the screen pass set up other plays down the line, though. So we're going to be throwing them every game. I get it, but my problem is this. I know they're going to run a screen pass. I'm not saying they're going to totally take it out of the playbook. So I was just speaking out loud. My point is, don't use it the very first play of your drive. It hasn't worked. We've done it multiple times this year. It usually loses yards. And we just don't run them good anyways. But I understand what you're saying, but I just don't like it at the very first play of the game. It's pointless. It's a pointless play. Sophia, I'm so much less anxious since the Titans beat the Jags. They beat the Dolphins a few games ago as well. Hug a Titans fan next time. Yeah. By the way, the Titans came up huge for us this year, huh? They beat the Dolphins, which, by the way, all the Dolphins had to do is win that game. We wouldn't even be here. We would have already this game would have already been played at 1 o'clock if the Dolphins would have beat the Titans a couple weeks back. So yeah, Tennessee really helped us out a lot this year. So kudos to Tennessee, for helping the Buffalo Bills out. Let's just not the screen pass. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like cut that shit out, man. It just doesn't work. Do we double Tariq the whole game? I don't know about you double him the whole game, but you definitely double him more than usual. But like I said, once again though, we covered Tyreek Hill very well. Since he's become a Miami Dolphin. He's never really torched us, so not overly concerned. Cali Blitz, 99% of Finn's podcasters are a-holes. 1% are actually good. I know a few. Curtis, Ace per head, he covers the Dolphins. He's a great guy. He's a really, really close friend of mine. Yeah, he's one of them, so... But I honestly, though, I'll be honest with you, I don't know. I don't really go around and look at other content, like creators, like from other teams, that is, right? Like, I know the Buffalo Bills content creators, but I don't know, like, I couldn't tell you, like, Bengals or, Chiefs content creators. I just don't follow them. I don't watch their stuff. I could care less. No offense to them. I just don't, I don't want to know about them. I could care less what they say. Brady thinks getting Diggs involved is running him on throw 100 mile screen to Diggs. Yeah, I don't like that play. I don't. Titans probably not bringing Henry back. Yeah, so Derrick Henry got on the mic, by the way, after that Titans game today. Pretty much said goodbye to everybody. Like the fans that were still in the stadium said thank you to everybody. So clearly the Titans don't plan on bringing him back, and maybe he doesn't even want to go back, right? So he probably feels like it's best to move on anyways. He's been there, 7 years, something like that. If Josh wins the Super Bowl, do you rank him over Jim Kelly? That's a great question. Yes. I mean, yes. Yeah. You know what's even harder question than that, Daniel? If Sean McDermott wins the Super Bowl, do you rank him over Marv Levy? Chat, how about that? So answer that, chat. Go ahead and answer both, because I already answered the Josh Allen. So if Josh Allen wins the Super Bowl for the Buffalo Bills, do you rank him over Jim Kelly? And if Sean McDermott, obviously our head coach, win that Super Bowl, do you rank him over Marv Levy? It's a great question. My God, that's tough. I don't know what to say about that. That is so tough, man. I mean, honestly, even the Josh Allen, Jim Kelly debate, because I don't know if any team will ever get to the Super Bowl 4 straight times. Granted, we lost all 4, but getting there 4 straight times is so difficult, guys. It's never been done. Not 4 straight years, that is. And even though we lost, you got to credit the players. You got to credit the coaches for getting the team back year after year after year after year. But they didn't win. If McDermott somehow gets there, wins the Super Bowl with Josh Allen, man, it's something that Buffalo has never done. Man, that's a great question, man. That is a really great question. Guys, what do you think? Like, honestly, what do you think? That's that is really tough. I know I said Josh Allen right away, but my God, the history behind Jim Kelly and the Super Bowls and Marv Levy and what we did in the 90s. That is really tough, man. The only reason I'm going that direction for Josh Allen over Jim Kelly is winning a Super Bowl. And I know maybe it's not fair to say I still think Marv Levy's would be better, ranked higher than Sean McDermott. Because even if Sean McDermott won a Super Bowl, I don't think he's a Hall of Fame head coach. Now, if he goes on to win multiple Super Bowls, then we can have this debate. Now, granted, I understand Jim Kelly's also Hall of Fame. But Josh Allen winning a Super Bowl and what he's done already in the NFL and what he's probably going to do and all the records he's setting, he's going to be a Hall of Famer. I know I'm speaking a little early on this, but if you look at all the achievements, all the NFL records he's setting, if he goes and wins a Super Bowl, just one, he's probably a Hall of Fame player. So I would put him over Jim Kelly in that aspect, ranking him. But if McDermott only went ahead and won one with us, I don't know if I could put him in that category. That's just a great question. It really is. And I think a lot of people are going to be on the fence with what I'm saying. Miami times 65. It's beautiful, man. Ain't nothing wrong with 65 degrees. If we win a Super Bowl, I want to see a giant bronze statue of Josh in Buffalo. Yeah, 100%, man. By the way, you guys have not answered that question because I think you guys are like, God, I don't know. I think Josh is a better quarterback right now. It's just about stats. So when Allen passed Kelly in stats, that's when he will officially take the throne from Kelly without a Super Bowl. See, I don't think so. I disagree there. If Josh Allen at least has to get to a Super Bowl spin. He has to make it there. In order for, I don't care about the stat. I'm going to be honest with you. Jim Kelly got to 4 straight Super Bowls. If Josh Allen can't make one, no, I can't. I'm sorry. I can't put him ahead of Jim Kelly. Now, if Josh Allen makes it there, something for God forbid we don't win it, and he goes on and still sets all these records, yes, then I might consider it. But not getting there, no fucking way. No way in hell. Water drag on game, and Josh is already on track to be a Hall of Fame quarterback. He needs a Super Bowl win. Yeah, exactly. That's all I'm saying. Hey, my co-host is watching. My co-host could be here, but my co-host pregame is not for him. He's like, Tommy, you handle pregame. I'm gonna handle laying on the couch watching some good old football on Sunday. I'm just fucking with you, Mike. I love you. You're comparing projections versus history. History still prevails. No. Listen, Scott, I'm not projecting anything. I just said it was a question asked, right? It was a simple question asked. If Josh Allen, if he wins the Super Bowl, person asked, will he rank higher than Jim Kelly as quarterback for the Buffalo Bills? And yes, I would put him ahead of Jim Kelly because he won the Super Bowl. Now, I doubled it up by saying, will we say the same about Sean McDermott and Marv Levy? And I say no, unless Sean McDermott wins more than one. Now, or if Sean McDermott goes back again. You know what I mean? Marv Levy's a Hall of Fame head coach. He got us to 4 straight Super Bowls, right? So that's my thinking. Now, some of you guys might say, nope, Sean McDermott is the man. He won a Super Bowl here, and Marv Levy never did. I'm just saying my personal opinion. So, but you're right. None of this has happened. It's just what ifs, right? Roy, Josh is a more physical gifted than Kelly. That's as far as, no, I never, listen, 100% Josh Allen, as far as quarterback goes, gifted wise, 100%. Jim Kelly will admit that, but that doesn't mean right now, this stage of his career, he's better than he outranks Jim Kelly. Jim Kelly's a Hall of Fame quarterback. Jim Kelly went to 4 straight Super Bowls. Josh Allen has not been to a Super Bowl. Josh Allen has played bad in some big moments in the playoffs. I'm just being real, right? Jim Kelly has had some huge games in the playoffs. He failed us in the Super Bowl, but we got there. So I'm just saying, as of right now, Josh Allen would need to win a Super Bowl, in my opinion, to go above Jim Kelly. But that's just where I'm going. Getting to a Super Bowl is a team award, not an individual. No, I'm not talking about awards, Mikey. So people ask me if Josh Allen would be ranked higher than Jim Kelly if Josh Allen wins a Super Bowl. And I'm just saying, yeah, but we haven't even gotten to a Super Bowl yet, right? Like, I get it that it's a team game, but you still, unfortunately, that's part of it. Getting to a Super Bowl, like, that does count, right? That's just my opinion. All right, anyways. I don't agree with Tommy's take. Well, if Mikey was here, he could give his own take, but he's not. Getting to the Super Bowl is not a Josh Allen thing. I get it's a team thing, Mikey. I never said that it's a... Listen, we all know in football it's a fucking team game. This isn't boxing one-on-one for a championship belt. Like, I get that. I know it takes a team. I'm not fucking retarded. Right? It's everybody has to do their job, from the coaching staff to the players to everybody, right? Everybody has to do their job. I get that. But if the question was, does Josh Allen go over Jim Kelly if he wins the Super Bowl? And I'm saying yes, if he wins the Super Bowl. But if he never gets to a Super Bowl with the Buffalo Bills, I can't say that he ranks higher than Jim Kelly. I think that's fair to say. I don't know why that's not an unfair thing to say. But I get it. You could have your opinion. But I'm just, I don't know. That's where I'm going. You know what I mean? But, everyone can think what they want. No, that's good, man, Danny. See, everybody's on. You see, Daniel, I'm the bad guy now, right? Like fucking bad guy now for answering the question. But if the quarterback leads a team to the Super Bowl, if you have a bad quarterback, you never get to the Super Bowl. I got to say this. That's not always true, because there is some teams in the past, but for the most part, you got to have a very good quarterback to get to a Super Bowl. That is correct. So far, Thurman Thomas is the only Bills player to lose his helmet. That is true. He did lose it in, I believe, the Dallas game? He lost it. Everyone has their own ranking. I get it. I'm not, listen, it's a ranking. It was a question. I was just answering it yeah, that's fine. But I'm just saying, listen, you can't discredit what Jim Kelly did for the Buffalo Bills, because if he doesn't play how he played, especially in the playoffs, right? The team's not getting to the Super Bowl 4 straight times. I'm sorry, he's not. They're not. So Jim Kelly played a big part, and I get there's the rest of the guys played a big part too. Thurman Thomas, the defense, Bruce Smith. I get that. But you needed a leader in Jim Kelly. You needed Jim Kelly, right? Let's be real. Any other quarterback, right, that we had probably wouldn't have gotten there. You needed Jim Kelly. You needed the K-gun offense. He was the one to lead that team to the Super Bowl because he is the leader. Just like Josh Allen, for me, is the leader of this team. This team will only go as far as Josh Allen will take it, right? Is that fair to say? This team will only make it as far as Josh Allen will take it, right? Like if Josh Allen is shit in the playoffs, that is a wrap. I get we saw Frank Reich. Mikey, let's say Josh Allen goes down. You think fucking our backup quarterback, Kyle Allen? Come on, man. For the most part, I'm saying Jim Kelly is the reason why that team got to the Super Bowl 4 straight years. You can't deny that. Josh Allen, it runs through the quarterback most of the time. Now, very few times it doesn't run through the quarterback. On the rare occasion, Baltimore with Joe Flacco, it was the defense. Tampa Bay with Johnson, it was the Tampa Bay defense. But how often do you see that? It's the quarterback that leads the team to the Super Bowl. You have to have solid quarterback play. That's all I'm saying. I get it's a team game, but you have to credit Jim Kelly for getting that team to the Super Bowl 4 straight time. Josh Allen hasn't even made it to a Super Bowl yet. So that's all I'm saying was the question was asked is because Josh Allen ranked higher than Jim Kelly. No, he's not. Until he at least gets to a Super Bowl, wins Super Bowl. He has to at least make one. I mean, is that fair? He has to at least make a fucking Super Bowl to be ranked higher than the guy that fucking went there 4 straight seasons? I don't think that's unfair to say, guys. I don't know. Man, see, I gotta get off the subject. I gotta get off the subject. Out of 10, what are the odds the Dolphins are winning? They're not winning. So, no, I'll be honest with you. Listen, the Buffalo Bills this season have been a very confusing team, a very frustrating team. You have no idea what you're going to get week in, week out, okay? So I can't be overly confident. Now, I do think the Buffalo Bills match up well against the Dolphins. I do think the Dolphins are right now very depleted. They have a lot of injuries going on. They're not playing their best football, if I'm going to be real. So they got a lot of negative things going right now. Buffalo has a lot of positive things going. But with that being said, Buffalo, we don't know what we're getting week after week. What team are we getting tonight? So that's where it lines up. So do I think the Buffalo Bills win tonight? Yes. But can the Dolphins wind up winning because the Bills play one of these weird, funky games that they are known for this year and the offense falls flat? Sure. Absolutely. So it's a tough question, but I think the Bills, if they play right, the offense gets back on track. I do think the Buffalo Bills will win by 10 or more points tonight. If they don't and the offense struggles, I think it's going to be a close game and it could come down to whoever has the ball last. It's plain and simple. Roy, this sounded like the Marino Kelly talk from a few shows ago. Marino Kelly. I don't remember that, but you want my honest opinion about Marino Kelly? I'll give it. It's going to be fucking an opinion that a lot of you guys don't like to hear, but Dan Marino is and was a better quarterback than Jim Kelly. I watched Dan Marino. I watched Jim Kelly both play. I watched them live. Dan Marino he had a bad fucking attitude, but he was a fucking great quarterback. And if he had a better running game while he was there, who knows what that team could have done. But as far as overall, just player-wise, I think Dan Marino was an overall better quarterback. Better arm, better accuracy. They both weren't they weren't really mobile, either one of them. Jim was a little bit more mobile than Dan, but, wasn't like a Josh Allen kind of thing. So I would say Dan Marino, in my book, and I know it's unpopular, was a better quarterback than Jim Kelly. I know, I'm probably going to lose about 10 subscribers. I'm probably going to get some thumbs down now. What time is it? 7:50. Let me get to the last of this keys to victory. Take Tyreek out. On offense, the Dolphins are likely to be without receiver Jalen Waddle, and they are. That's going to make top playmaker a huge part of Miami's game plan. Shut him down. Buffalo did a great job of that once already. I told you. Hold on to 58. And we'll get to the last one because we're already here. Don't scoreboard watch. Well, you know what? I'm not even going to get to that because the Bills are already in the playoffs. So that part doesn't matter. We are officially in. Dan Marino is the best pure passer in NFL history. See, me and Mikey sometimes do agree on stuff, and that is true. Dan Marino is the best pure passer in NFL history, in my opinion. He was a freak, man. An absolute freak. I'd never seen anybody throw like Dan Marino before. And I love, by the way, I love Josh Allen. The guy's a cannon of an arm. But Dan Marino, man, he was the original cannon. Right? That dude, was, man, roping it to you. 550 my time. Yeah, 44. It's in the 30s here in Detroit. Dan Faustle's no slouch. Yeah, Dan Faustle's really, really good as well. He was a Dolphin. I did too, man. It sucked. But listen, that's one thing. That's why that rivalry was so, Bills-Dolphins was so good. That's why I hate the Dolphins. That's my most hated team. A lot of people hate New England. I can't, because New England never was our rival. They were kings of the East for a long, long time. Like, we had no rival there. They shut us down every time. We won like 2 games against them in that whole span. But in the 90s, the Bills and the Dolphins battled, man. And we caused the Dolphins Super Bowls. Let's be honest. If we weren't there, the Dolphins probably would have been at least gone to 1 or 2 Super Bowls. At least one. And we caused them not to go. Let's be real. But those games were tight. Those games were nasty. They hated us. We hated them. It was a true rivalry. Like, I mean, true hatred. Not like today, right? Where we're like dapping them up before the game. You know, we're cool with them. Like, no, bro. Like, we fucking hated them. I think I posted something. Let me see if I can find that real quick. I did a whole video one time on the whole Dolphin thing. It was fucking great, man. Yeah, I do have it. Hold on. I'll show you guys real quick. This is so great, man. This is back in the day, and then I'll get out of here because the game's starting soon. I don't know if you guys remember this, and you old heads out there would definitely remember this.
Let's go, Buffalo! Let's go, Buffalo!
Making fun of our song, huh?
About repercussions that's going to be bulletin board material for the next time you have to play the Bills?
Well, you know, I'm hoping that they look at it like that, take it that way, you know, and get a little offended and a little pissed off about it, because, you know, that just makes me play harder. We killed the Buffaloes, you know what I'm saying? We shot them in the head and wiped them off the prairie.
The Dolphins' favorite Christmas carol. Beat the hell out of the Bills.
From our standpoint, we don't want anybody else to do our dirty work. If somebody's going to do it, we want to do it. So I guess that's the standpoint that we took about his T-shirts. He needs to take care of his own business. If anybody's going to beat us, I let them go ahead and try and do it.
When I do talk trash, I can back it up. So, you know, I don't worry about it.
I just look at it this way. They're going to be guys that talk. The only thing is, when he opens his mouth, you just insert your foot.
We're trying to take something away from them that they want.
Hey, Dan Marino.
And they're trying to take something away from us, you know, get into the Super Bowl. So I guess that's where you get in the situation where they don't like us because we can take something away from them.
Would it be tougher to lose to the Dolphins more so than it would be to Pittsburgh or Houston?
Without a doubt. I say that just like I did because I mean it. This is one where I think everybody in this football team, you ask each individual, and they'd say they'd rather lose to any other team except the Dolphins.
Old school, man. It takes me back, man. It takes me back when Brian Cox was flicking his middle finger at Bills Mafia in Buffalo. He hated us. He hated us with a passion. Man, we would be fighting out there. The players, that is. I'm sure the fans probably, who knows. But it was true. It was hatred. We hated each other. We knew that, you know, they were the team that would stand in our way, and they knew that we were the team that was standing in their way of getting to a Super Bowl. And it's funny how things are starting to come back to that now. And the Dolphins now are the Dolphins and Bills rivalry is starting to heat back up. And here we are. Here we are playing for the AFC East title, which is ours, by the way. It's still ours. And they got to take it away from us, right? They talked all that shit all year. They were all high and mighty when things were going good. When the Bills were down and out for a little bit, when players were going down with injuries, they were laughing at us. And it's funny how things turn around. It sucks that like I said, it sucks that they had injuries. But at the end of the day, man, this is football. It's a long season. I told everybody that a long time ago. It's 18 weeks, man. It's grueling. And whatever team gets hot down the stretch, gets healthy down the stretch, is the team to watch out for. And right now, it's the Buffalo Bills. So, Dolphin fans, man, like I said, you guys are feeling all good, midway through the season. And, boy, funny how things have changed. So tonight's going to be a battle. It's going to be a war. And let's go get that dub, man. So, guys, I appreciate everybody for watching the pregame show. And me and Mikey will be here postgame. So, once again, guys, real quick, Sports Jedi, appreciate you popping in, man. Once again, everybody, I love you. Bills Mafia, you're the best. And as always, go Bills. We're out of here. Let's play that outro. Whoa. Peace.
Mm-hmm.